Aloha everybody, what is really good my dudes? Today is December 9th, 2019, we got another RuneScape update for y'all. Today we see the release of the Smooth Movement update, so without any further ado, let's jump right into the video, let's go!
Cats is the illest. What you talking about, Willis?
Alright guys, as you may have heard already, they've been making some adjustments to the way the characters move in RuneScape, so this week, Smooth Movement goes live. The movement of any player or NPC character in RuneScape is controlled by the game server. Previously, every 600 milliseconds or 1 game tick, the server updated your character's position and sent it to your game client. Then the client interpolated between the character's last known position and their new one to make the movement seem more natural. For example, if a character ended up too far behind its new position, its speed was increased by a fixed amount until it caught up. Now, to make a long story short, this update has improved the calculations the client makes when moving characters about, making movement appear more fluid and natural. Now, since this is an integral part of the game, if anything seems strange about your character's movement after this update, it's important that you do let Jagex know about it. So that's it, pretty straightforward. I've covered this in the past. If you want to go check those previous videos, they go into more in depth about how it works, etc. Do check those out. And with that, we're going to switch over to the patch notes and see exactly what's been changed there, so let's go ahead and check it out. First off, farming in Herb Lore 120. Corrected the naming of disease Jagex when it appears inside the Ranch Out of Time pen. Players may once again give their animals to baby shakes so that they may be devoured in exchange for beans. The Castle Wars ticket obtained from farming requests now added directly to your currency pouch. An option to add the previously defective Castle Wars tickets to your currency pouch has been added. Weapon poison potions will no longer instantly run out when used in conjunction with Lantadime incense sticks. Tweaked the bean sale value across the board for all new Ranch Out of Time animals. Moving on to Yak Track. Monkfish now counts towards the cooking task in the Yak Track. Yak Track marker is now correctly aligned with prize number 25. Updated the Arcane Blood Mage row bottoms override to fix an issue with the floating gems, now fixed to the outfit as intended. The Dark Fire and Flame swords have been graphically updated. Yak Track progression fix. Zoger bones now count towards progression. Yak Track tasks will no longer scale down when a member swaps into free-to-play worlds. Moving on to combat changes. Elite Dungeon Tally Tab can now be used while in combat. Slaughters now correctly cleared when using an ability or item that clears debuffs of the sort. Change the warning message at the Edgeville artifact to reflect the updated combat level recommendation for King Black Dragon. Moving on to general fixes. Players with more than one Aerithor's Grimoire have had their extra Grimoires turned in to unlock tokens and will have their torn pages refunded. Players with insufficient inventory space can speak to Marithel at the Lost Grove to reobtain the token and pages. A letter from Eluned can now be picked up from Iswin after being destroyed if the player has done the relevant quest. Dr. Harlow now consistently refers to vampires instead of vampires with an I. Remove the section of Cake Meeks' voiced dialogue near the start of the Druidic Ritual quest that referred to the Slayer Master removed from Taverley. Fixed an issue where implings could be found flying through vine walls seen around Falador. Celebration Lamp animation no longer plays indefinitely. The favored button now has a proper description in the Slayer log. Invasion NPCs the player has engaged with in the Heart of Gielinor no longer award XP and loot etc. after the player has disengaged, preventing situations like closing bank interfaces long after leaving the dungeon. 3% bonus is removed from the Perfect Plus potion tooltip, made it easier to imbue rings at Soul Wars. Wakizashi added to the chat filter, the K should no longer be blocked. Zanuck is now called Zanuck when imbuing rings. The ability to imbue rings through the Soul War shop has been added. Extra parasols that the player did not require are no longer lost when making a black parasol. Players will now be informed if using a mosquito card in Dungeoneering. That will have no effect due to other boosts that are already present. The Tale of the Muspa now has its item requirements correctly recorded. Updated the Java client's removal messaging. The Destroy All option now works as it is intended when trying to destroy the clan Vexilium in your inventory. Lamps are now being used after using the Use All feature and then deselecting the options. Trim Masterwork armor now gives a degrade warning when unprotected in a gravestone. Weapon poison can now be applied in the bang interface. Jagex now appears on the axes filter in wardrobe. Players who have already frozen treasure hunter categories will no longer use their Hearts of Ice during promotions that have the categories button disabled. Checking your kills left on the enhanced gem and grim gem now displays the text in an info box instead of only sending the feedback to game messages. Moving on to some mobile changes. Improvements have been made to the Clan Citadel resource minigame interface, including increased sizing of the panels and text to better fit the space on mobile. Fixed an issue that was causing certain player abilities to display the incorrect prayer when added on the action bar on mobile. Using spells from the spellbook will no longer lock the interface from being used on mobile. Fixed an issue where some spells and abilities would not activate from the mobile action bar. Fixed an issue that was affecting tap through chat boxes. Setting on mobile. The setting was not being applied correctly, meaning users would tap through when the setting was disabled. This is incorrect behavior. Run button is now redrawn when hiding the minimap and then relogging on mobile. Couple of textual changes. Typos have been corrected when trying to harvest crops that you don't have a level for. Runeide now spells ruined. Typo when speaking with Azanadra during Temple at Sentistin quest. A typo involving adding items to the tool belt. And finally in the Ranch Farmers Market. Last but not least, we got some graphical changes. Icons are now the standard 36 by 32 in the Runecrafting Guild rewards interface. Fixed an issue with the Gobi mask stretching. Ozan now holds his bow in the correct hand for his combat animation while fighting Lady Kelly's minions on the shore of Draenor during the Stolen Hearts quest. Ozan in the Berthorpe Troll Cave no longer uses the Shadow Ozan bow model. And finally, they've adjusted the soil in the Falador tree patch so that it looks consistently level. That's it for your patch notes. Links to everything discussed in this video will be down in the description below. Head on over there to check them out. With that, I'm going to wrap up the video. If you enjoyed it, hit that like button. If you're not subscribed and you want to stay up to date on all things RuneScape related, then hit that subscribe button. Anyways, I appreciate you watching. I am out. Aloha.